Today we have Kimathi, uh, Yvonne, which is from Voellada Ventures, and Kimathi is going to share with us her story, her entrepreneurship story about Voellada and what Voellada does. So this is welcome to Healthy Diets for Africa, Agribusiness Accelerator program, pitch deck series. So let us dive straight into it. Kimathi, could you take us through the journey of Voellada and how did you start it? What was the motivation behind starting Voellada Ventures?
Thank you so much, Benedict and SPN Africa, for having me here today. So I will start with my name. I am Yvonne Kimathi. I am a very passionate agripreneur and the founder and lead strategist at Voellada Ventures. So basically, Voellada was born in 2022, but it was not born as Voellada. We started with our first brand name, which was Be Natural. So in 2020, COVID came, and where I was residing, we had so many babies, and so parents were very afraid of. There was little knowledge of COVID, and I started doing my own concoctions, what we call dawa, and I will give it out to parents, and I will use honey because where I come from Meru, and we had a lot of honey. We have beehives. We are a family of beekeeping from my great grandfather, and then my grandfather, and now my father, and it has passed down to us. So I knew honey was a medicinal, but I had never really gotten or be interested because this is something that we had. But now after COVID or during COVID, that period, I started doing the concoctions because I remembered something my grandma used to do back in the days if we had a cough. So that's how our first brand name was born, Be Natural. Actually, we started with the brand name before even the Voellada came. So Voellada came later in after a year or so. Yeah, honey. And our first product was lemon ginger infused honey, which is our best-selling product up to date. We call it Dawa Love.
These are two brand trademarks that you currently have. So let us focus on each one of them. Could you tell us what is the difference between these products and how they are fitting into Voellada Ventures?
Basically, the company is Voellada Ventures, and Voellada Ventures is an agri-value addition company, and we are on a mission to reduce post-harvest losses of honey and fruits while in season. And we do this by empowering our small-scale farmers in Kenya by providing them with a ready market for their honey and fruits. So I mentioned earlier, we started with Be Natural. That was our first brand name. And Be Natural holds all the products. We have honey and the infused honey. I have a sample of how we package our honey product. So this is it here. So Be Natural organic honey. I hope it's clear. And then so the Be Natural brand holds honey and infused honey. We have different types of infusion. The lemon ginger, which was our first product. We have the ginger turmeric, espresso, hibiscus, mint, and cinnamon. And the reason as to why we have these different type of infusions is because we want to give our customers a preference. Whereby, for example, if for the lemon ginger, if you're in the office, all you need is a cup of hot water and a spoon of it, and you have your dawa ready. So we are giving our customers a lot of convenience, whereby we have already curated the dawa for them, and they don't need to go to the farm to make the ginger and or even the market to buy the ginger and the turmeric and all that. So we're bringing them convenience, and we package them in smaller sizes such that they are able to carry them along. And for kids, you can give them as a spoon. Now, Fitifruity was born 2 years later in 2023, a year later in 2023, and it is our second brand. The story behind Fitifruity is in 2023 we were doing a project with one of our partners. It's an NGO whereby we were training the women in marginalized communities about beekeeping as an alternative source of income. And amongst the communities that we were doing the training was in Samburu. So when I went to Samburu, that was my first time actually when I was in Samburu. The picture that I saw there was not, the first person I met was a woman who was breastfeeding, a mother. And she couldn't even stand up because of how the situation, even struggling with getting clean water and all that. And what hit me at that time is because where I come from, we have a lot. I come from the mountain region. It's quite green. We have a lot of fruits. We have a lot of food that gets wasted. And for us, I have grown seeing that. And I thought it was something that is normal. I had never seen someone actually lack food and almost die, because that woman died 2 weeks in the project, and it really hit me. It struck me so bad. So when I came back from the project and came back home, I knew that was a wake up call for me. I knew we needed to do something. I didn't know how, but I knew something needed to be done. And I had to choose an area where I could focus on. So it was in the season where we had lots of mangoes going to waste. So I got into research and realized that I could actually dry these mangoes. And instead of the mangoes getting wasted or feeding the mangoes to the cows, because that's what I'm used to seeing growing up. So these mangoes can be preserved through dehydration, and then you're able to enjoy your mango for 18 months just because of dehydrating with no added sugars or no preservatives. So that was born as a result of that. And for that, through Feed for Africa, or what we do is for every purchase of Fitifruity that is sold out, 10% goes to feeding a child in Samburu as our CSR.
How does Voellada tap into this opportunity of aligning into reducing food waste?
One of our core SDGs is SDG 2, which is zero hunger. According to FAO, the Food Agricultural Organization, 45% of fruits in Kenya get wasted along the value chain. And for us as Voellada Ventures, that's where we are coming in, whereby we want to reduce this wastage of fruits where they are in season. A good example is mango fruit. So in the month of January, December, Jan, and Feb, mango is a seasonal fruit in Kenya, and that was the season we had mangoes. But at the moment, if you go to the market, I went to the market last week because I wanted to do a production for one of our clients, the jam. And this is the mango I got, this size. This is what we have in the market at the moment, and this is going for 70 shillings. Yes, at the moment. And that is something I had to do because now the clients want a jam. which we are not able to. You cannot dry jam, or it has to be freshly prepared. So what we do is we take the mangoes when they are in season. That's what we did for this season. The season ended in Feb. Now it's March, April, May, June. It's 4 months down the season, and you're able to enjoy the mango fruit. So this is how the mango fruit, when it's dried, looks like. So it's a very chewy, and it has natural sugars. We don't do any preservatives. We don't add the preservatives or add sugar. And then we package. When you buying from us, this is the package that you will get. A pack. This is a half a kg package. It goes for 1,300 shillings. So as a consumer, because if you go to the market today, you will not find the mango. But we have enabled that you're able to enjoy your mangoes throughout the year. You don't have to wait when it's in season. And now on wastage, we've reduced wastage because the number of mangoes that would have gone to waste within our reach, we were able to dry them, and we hope to increase our capacity so that we can have more farmers on board and help reduce the fruit wastage in our community at least by 20%.
How do you make sure that Voellada is standing out in a noisy market?
The first thing is through the packaging, definitely. It's something that we have made a packaging that will catch your eye. It will get to your attention. So another product is, let me show this packaging. Even if you're passing by with a child, this is something that they will get attracted to. So the packaging is the first thing that a client will notice. And then the second thing is the quality of the product that is in there. So many snacks that are in the market are either fried, for let's say crisps and such, the alternatives that are there. But for us, we are giving you the fruits, the real fruits. We don't add any sugars, and especially after COVID, so many people are very health conscious of what they feed their children on or what they feed themselves on. So that is how we ensure that we play at the top. And then the third thing is the impact that we create, the social impact that we continue to create in the market and in our communities.
Could you share like one success story that you have had as a venture, both general and a client perspective?
I will start with our farmers, on a farmer's perspective, because that is the person I work most with, the farmer. So there's this farmer, she's called Ann Kamau. And Ann Kamau initially had 3 beehives. So the first interaction I had with her was because of the beehives. She wanted me to go check on the beehives and see why the queen was not getting into the kids. But when I went there, I found that Anne had 6 acres of pineapple farm. And at that time, she had harvested a lot. But then when the broker came to buy or purchase from her, there was a lot of wastage. They do the selection depending on the size, and then the medium and the smaller sizes, I found them there, and I was asking her, where do you take these pineapples and why are they here? And then she was telling me, you can carry them because I'm going to feed them on my cows. I have fed them on my bulls until they don't want to see the pineapples. Now I was shocked because and then I asked her, why? Tell me about it and how you go about the pineapple farming and all that. And the sad thing is that she mentioned that for her to harvest her first pineapple fruit, it took her 18 months. 18 months of toiling in the farm every single day, taking care of that fruit. But then it will take Anne only 2 weeks for the pineapple fruit to go bad. And that was a sad situation for me, because I come from, as I mentioned earlier, I come from a family of farmers. I have grown farming. I have grown seeing my parents and my great grandparents and my grandparents do this. Though we do not have pineapple, that was the first time I was having interaction with her. And then, as a result of that, we added the pineapple fruit in our value chain as a fruit for us. And I'm happy to say that since we started working with Anne, that no fruit gets wasted. We are able to offtake all her produce. And the other day, she called me and told me that, Yvonne, you know what? Angels do not have wings. Angels are human beings. And getting that from one farmer, what motivates me and push me is, how about getting to hear that from more farmers, from even a community of small scale farmers, let's say even 100 farmers. I know I will have created an impact, because if this impact, she can see it, and that's one farmer. What about the many other farmers that we are working towards creating or impacting? And as I end this, let me show you how the pineapple looks like. So this is the pineapple strip. I hope it's clear. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is how it looks like. Yeah, that's how it looks like. So that is one of them people that I have impacted through Voellada Ventures.
Who have been your main consumers of your end products?
From the branding, you can see that our product are it's a niche product and it's a high-end product. So for us, we are targeting the export markets and the 4 and 5-star hotels. Those are our main target clients, and it explains as to why for the packaging we went with the bigger package, which is half a kg as compared to the 50 and 100 grams kg. So yes, that is who we are targeting, and at the moment we are serving a number of hotels in Nairobi, 5-star hotels, like 4 of them, and we have one major client in Scotland and UK.
How are you going to make sure that you are also nesting these small consumers? We can say the school-going children, in terms of your packaging, to make sure that they are able to meet and buy the product and also enjoy the product.
I intend to launch the 50 grams and 100 grams packaging sizes. And the reason as to we want to launch those sizes is because we want to tap into the price-sensitive consumer segments and boost our market penetration.
How does your product move, starting from the farmer, then production, processing, and now to the market?
So what we have done first is segmented our sourcing. For instance, for honey, we get them from a specific chain of farmers. They are 28 small-scale farmers in a specific region in Meru County, and we've copied the same with other in Fitifruity. So for bananas, you also get them from a specific chain of farmers in Meru County, and then pineapples, you get them from Kiambu, specifically the Matara region, and then for which other fruit? Mangoes, we get them from, of course, Murang'a County. So that is one thing that has helped us, because it will be, if it's for bananas, this is the place that we are sourcing from. And then the first, when it comes to the value chain, I will go with the Fitifruity for the fruits. So we get to go to the farm to harvest the fruits ourselves, because we want to ensure that the quality that we get is good, The danger of not having good quality of fruit is whatever you feed the machine is what it gives you back. If you give the if you do production for a very bad quality fruit, then it will come back worse quality in terms of when you dehydrate it. So we usually order fruits from the small scale farmers. We go harvest them and then we transport them to where we do our production facility, and then the production is done from there. They all from coring, store, everything is done from there, and then we have a small holding place or a storage place whereby we take the products and store them, and then from there, then they are distributed. If it's for the hotels, let me say Hotel X will send an LPO to us saying that they want this number of order, and then we do the processing, internal processing, and then we have also our riders who will send the goods to and have the goods delivered to the hotels. And then for the export clients that we have two, as I mentioned earlier. We also do the same after, of course, the packaging and the processing has been done and everything. When they send their LPO or their order, we package the goods well according to the standards of where they're going, and then we take them to either it can be DHL, depending on the client, or other shipping agents in Nairobi.
Did you face any challenges in terms of accreditation for your venture, for Voellada Venture?
Registering the business was easier for me. I have a background in business. So I did a Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. So when it comes to registering a business, that was a walkover for me. What was hard was getting the KEBS certification for both Be Natural and Fitifruity. And especially for Be Natural, I remember it took us 9 good months for us to get the KEBS certification, which was something. So yes, we faced such challenges, but in business, you have to keep on moving and looking forward, and not bowing down to one challenge.
How are you planning, like in the next 1 year or 4 years, to also expand regionally, like across Africa, to increase consumption of your products?
The question you've just asked has been one of our headache for the longest, because we are at a point whereby we need a proper food processing plant, so that we are able to cater for the growing demands. For instance, at the moment, you have a client in Denmark who wants to get the fruits, mango fruit in tons, but you are not able to, because we do not have the capacity to. So that is our biggest challenge at the moment. And we are actively applying for grants and seeking loans or affordable loans, which will enable us to get or build a production facility. The steps that we have managed to achieve so far is we have a lease agreement of 30 years in a land that we identified where we would love to build or put on a production facility. So what is left for us at the moment is we are working on getting the finances to build. Yeah. And these we feel it is a very strategic investment, which means that it is going to significantly increase the number of jobs for the youths. And of course, we will be able to onboard more farmers, which means that our intake, if we increase our intake, then we are reducing more we are working on the zero hunger, and the wastage of foods will be lesser. Yeah.
Now that you are part of the Healthy Diets for Africa Agribusiness Accelerator program, how does your impact, your innovation contribute to the achievement of healthy diets for Africa, or in Africa in general, by also looking at enhancing consumption of nutritious foods and sustainable diets?
The first thing is that definitely people will get to eat more fruits, and real fruits for that matter, and reduce or do away with the snacks that are not as healthy or nutritious. That is one of the ways that we are enhancing or helping with the healthy diet or nutritional in Africa. The second thing is that people will also draw our honey, which is not adulterated or it's pure, so they get to enjoy a lot of benefits that comes with consuming the honey, the natural honey.
How do you ensure that you are getting and retaining the best talent who are forward thinking, to ensure that you're able to achieve the ambition that you have for uh, Voellada Venture through your leadership?
The first thing is we've ensured, or rather, I have ensured that Voellada is home. At the moment, we are not in a position to give the best or the biggest rates in terms of if you compare with the corporates, because we are a startup. But then is letting them know on the vision and letting them be part of the vision, and them contributing continuously to the vision that we have. It makes them feel seen, and it makes their work feel seen and honored. Hence, it's them that they really want to now be part of this vision that we have as Voellada Ventures.
Now that under Healthy Diets for Africa is the project is looking at enhancing consumption of underutilized foods. Do you see Voellada venturing into also reducing waste when it comes to underutilized food crops like the indigenous vegetables, as well as the fruits like wild fruits? Do you see Voellada venturing into such spaces and expanding into such spaces?
Um, that's a good question, and so the answer is yes. We intend to. So in one of our visions, or something that we are working towards, is we want to have jackfruit seedlings, whereby we are going to give them to farmers in the semi-region areas. So I believe jackfruit is one of the indigenous fruits that we
Yeah.
have in Africa, and then we will do a production for that fruit. We already have the branded one. I have actually tried them, but then we need to work on a complete supply chain value for that specific fruit, the jackfruit. But yes, so yeah, that's something that we are working on. So once we increase our capacity and get a good processing plant, it's one of the fruits that we'll have on board.
How can I access your product? Is it available in the market shelves, or do you have specific outlets?
So due to the bureaucracy that we have faced in some of the retail, the big retail stores, and also our capacity, we are not in the big supermarkets, but we have an outlet in Nairobi, and also an e-commerce whereby a client can order, also via WhatsApp. So if they get call, WhatsApp, text, what we do is we have we are working with Pickup Mtaani. So if you're within Nairobi, you'll get your order in the same day through Pickup Mtaani. So we go deliver it at Pickup Mtaani, and then you will pick it in your Pickup Mtaani place. But we intend to get into the bigger supermarkets. We are in a few smaller supermarkets, but then it's a bit different for them to move because our packaging targets the family households, the big households, the hotels, and the export. So once we bring in the smaller packages, the 50 grams and 100 grams, that is when we will be able to fully tap into the other retail markets.
What makes your innovations unique and scalable?
So the first thing that makes our innovation unique is continuously working with the farmers and the impact that we are creating, and also working with for us, Voellada Ventures is more of a social enterprise. So for us, the social impact is what we are focusing on, or what we focus on, and the output or the outcome of our impact is now the sales that we make. So that is what for us makes us unique, and also having products that stand out in the market.
Although I've seen that you have won 2 awards, that is the She Innovators, She Innovates, and a Social Impact Challenge by the GIZ. What was the feeling of winning these 2 awards, and how have they been of advantage and impact to your team and the venture at large?
So let me start with the first that I hold dear, the Social Impact Champions Award. It's here. So it's a recognition from the GIZ, and the reason as to why we hold this year is because we did the recognition we got was as a result of training over 2,000 women in the Ma community on beekeeping as an alternative source of income, specifically the Sienna Conservancy. It's a project that we are still working on, and hopefully will take a number of years, but we are doing it in phases. So for those who know the Maasai people, or the Ma people as we call them, so their main source of money or revenue is wildlife. Sorry, not wildlife. Is livestock keeping. Yeah, livestock keeping. And there's a lot of wildlife and human altercations that happens in the region. And also when it's dry, like the season that just ended last year, they get to lose a lot of their livestock. And then in the Ma community, what for the period that you are working with them, what I learned is that the livestock is for the men in the region. So what women are left with is feeding. They have the ushangas and all that, which is usually not sustainable. So we thought, because the region is a very good place, it's a very good climatic. It has very good climatic conditions for beekeeping. So we were training, and we have trained women beekeeping as an alternative source of income, and then we offtake the honey that they produce in our value chain, which ensures that even as Voellada Ventures, our brand Be Natural So that is one, and that is why I love and I cherish that gift. So what the award means to us is that it has won consumers or consumers in terms of hotels and people who'd love to get our products just because of the impact that it is creating in the society. And then the She award is here as well. Um, I got this last year, Agripreneur of the Year under 30, 2024 She Awards Africa. So this gives me the motivation that I am doing the right thing and that it doesn't matter the age or the age that I am in as a youth, that I can do it, and that through Voellada Ventures that you are able to create an impact not only within my immediate community but also in the communities beyond.
Congratulations for winning those two awards, the She Awards, which also shows that Voellada is an epitome of women entrepreneurs, and many people, I hope, in the coming days are going to learn more about your story and believe that they can also do it. They can also make it. They can also be the change that has been the communities, and especially the marginalized communities, have been waiting for the longest time. What is the advice that you can give to young women entrepreneurs who wants to start their ventures, but in one way or the other, they feel inadequate, or they want to start their business and they're facing challenges?
So my advice to the young women out there is that just do it. So what I have learned is that Rome was not built in a day. It was not. You will not figure it out in a single day. Even as I speak, there's so many things that we have so many other moving parts that needs to be figured out, despite the growth that is coming in and that we can see. So Rome was not built in a day. It was laid one brick a day at a time. Don't I've seen people say that they don't have the money to start. This will look like a story of I started chicken farming with one feather, but the truth is that I started the honey with only 3 kgs of honey that I had borrowed from my auntie. And I every time I tell my friends, they usually laugh. They're like, "Nah, you're lying," but that's the truth.
Mhm.
So do it, just do it, and also get to know what do you want to achieve at the end of the day. What's your impact? Is it the money or is it the impact? And you have to weigh down. And also get someone to work with you, because it's not easy. It's not easy, to be honest. You will find and face so many challenges, especially as they are. So the challenges will always be there, but stand high, stand tall, and do it. Do it crawling, do it crying, but just do it because it's possible.
Did you have any mentors, and what has been their impact in your entrepreneurship journey and story?
So when I was starting off, I didn't have any mentors. It was a soul journey of what I knew and getting to this big ocean and gulping 3 liters of water before I realized that the ocean is actually very salty. But along the way, I have got mentors, and having a mentor for me is like having an extra brain,
Mhm.
because you just sit down with your mentor and they will from the conversation they're like, no, how about we do ABCD? So for me, having a mentor has helped me reduce the number of mistakes or blunders in the market, because I'm a visionary person and I want to go big, and you know. But then my mentor really turned me down on a number of things, and I'm like, no, you know what? Slow down, and it has really helped me. It has helped me a lot when it comes to business. So yeah, having a mentor is like having a free brain apart from yours.
Yes, I'm picking that lesson from you that having a mentor is adding a brain to your business. And I want to appreciate you for sparing your time in your busy schedule to attending to this call. And your story was enlightening, and we are sure our audience will gain a lot from your story, because this conversation has been touching, especially on the CSR and how you are also working with the marginalized communities. So thank you for taking your time to share your story, journey, and expertise with us. Bye bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye.